Yo, JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir, I'm back with another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Real quick, get into this video. Do more about Brian Schottenheimer and the hire and uh, his endorsement he got from Dak. Talk a little bit about Dak too, but I just want to give a shout out to them. The Redskins and them Eagles for making it to the goddamn championship, and then Jaden Daniels, he couldn't bring them back from them injuries. I mean, my bad, from them turnovers and shit. And shout out to them, Jalen Hurts going to the Super Bowl for the second time in his short 5-year career. While Dak's had 10, going to his 10th year, only 2 playoff wins, and Jalen Hurts about to be in the Super Bowl for the second time. But let's get into this video. Just gonna be play a little bit of this interview with James Slater had with Brian Schottenheimer. Let's just get into this real quick and just talk about a little bit real quick. Get my views, my thoughts on it. Let's go.
Coach, they often say a dream deferred is not a dream delayed. Did you think that you would be here, your first opportunity as a head coach with the Dallas Cowboys?
If I'm being honest, no. I thought I'd be a head coach. I never gave up the dream. I spoke to that earlier, I think. It was something as a young man in my 20s that I didn't just dream of. I set the goal. But when I let a couple of the opportunities that were presented to me kind of fade away, the last 19 years have been pretty rough. And in terms of that pursuit, and I thought maybe it won't happen. But I also just heard my dad's voice saying, just work, trust the process, go through the process, be you, be authentic. And it's a great testament, great lesson to never give up on your dreams.
I could talk to you a lot about that, but
I think a lot of people give him slack because he's been a journeyman. You think he should have had a head coaching position by now? You never know. My thing is when they brought him in for offensive coordinator in 2023, well, I think he was already in the team doing something, consulting or something. I can't remember. But bringing in for offensive coordinator in 2023, they brought him in under the guise that he's going to run the ball. I thought we was going to run the ball more in 2023. Then that didn't really happen. I thought we was going to run it more in 2024. It still didn't happen. But most of that was under your guy right here in 2023. He said he was going to run the ball. So let's see what Schottenheimer got to say about running this ball. Let's see what's up with that.
what the fans want to hear is what this offense is going to look like. When we looked at the offense last year, we heard a little bit from Jerry and Steven talking about deference. If you didn't have as much deference, what would you have wanted to see more of from that offense last year and moving forward?
Well, I think my focus is going to be on moving forward. Again, like I said, Mike is one of my best friends. He's a championship coach. Incredible success here. Incredible offensive mind. Did we see everything eye to eye? No. And that's part of coaching, and that's part of relationships. And I won't see eye to eye with the staff all the time. Again, I spoke a little bit of.
Let me pause it. On that point, he's saying they had a difference of, they had some differences sometimes, or difference of philosophy, whatever. That's probably why we didn't run the ball that much. I think maybe Brian Schottenheimer wanted to run the ball more, but for some reason he didn't call plays. So what was his job as offensive coordinator if he ain't calling plays? But maybe he wanted to implement that run in there more. That's probably why Mike McCarthy and him probably butted heads, because Mike McCarthy wasn't running the ball. He lied about that shit. He lied about running the ball. He sure hell did. He wanted to put Kellen Moore name out there. But yeah, I've said this, but yeah, this I'm showing this again because this is coinciding with You know what I'm saying? That part where Schottenheimer said they butted heads on some different things, and I can see probably why. He wanted to run the ball, which I thought that's why they brought him here as an offensive coordinator to run the ball. But for 2023 and 2024, it didn't look like it.
My exposure in Seattle, the Pete Carroll pushing me and asking me to, hey, look at some of the things that they're doing. I'm not a Sean McVay guy. I'm not a Kyle Shanahan guy. I was a Brian Schottenheimer guy, but I was open to learning. I was open to looking at different things, and Pete presented it so clear to me, Jane, in terms of the problems that some of the things that those teams were doing that was created for the defense. And so we started looking at it, but what was so cool about Pete, he said, hey, just look at some of the things they're doing and don't rinse and repeat. Make them ours. Make them fit. And so really during COVID, we all had a lot of free time, just hours, just looking at things, comparing things. And so, again, a credit to Pete and him challenging me. I mean, we were a playoff winning team, or playoff qualifying team the first 2 years in 18 and 19, and he just always continued to challenge me to get better and to always improve.
You talked a little bit about tempo and the importance of that. What are some of the other things that we'll see in this offense next year?
It all starts with the running game. We've got to get the running game where we're very comfortable with.
I'll hold you to that, Brian.
There's marriage things in terms of when you run the.
Yeah, because we're going to need to run the ball. Yeah, we're going to need to run the ball, bro. We're going to need to run the ball. Yeah, we're going to need to run the ball, bro. Yeah, Dak Prescott thrives with play action. It's funny, though, Dak Prescott was begging for Mike McCarthy to stay, but Mike McCarthy didn't run the ball and highlight Dak Prescott's strength. Because I do think he does have a strength, which, it's a strength at one point, but it's a detriment at on the other end of it, because in order to be successful with a play action, you're going to have a successful run game. You're going to have a dominant, respectable run game to thrive in play action. And we're going to see how that run game going to be, though. That's going to be the thing.
Football well, how do you tie that together with your action passing game? What's difficult about that is obviously it makes it incredibly difficult on the linebackers, and the safeties are down in the box trying to stop or commit to the run to cover the routes that are ripping in deep behind them and things like that. So I think the marrying of that will be really good. And then, again, the tempo, you brought it. There'll be different tempo variations. It's something that when I was here as a consultant,
consultant,
Dak was very comfortable with, very good with. We did it.
So what they're going to basically do? Why they just didn't hire Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator then, or hire him as the head coach? They basically going to be running his shit with some of Mike McCarthy shit. I mean, Kellen Moore did run the ball, so I'll give him that credit. But the Dak fanboys say that it was Kellen Moore's system that fucked Dak up, man. Him throw all them picks. So if they still going to be bringing some of that in there, well, we're going to have a dominant run game. It's going to have to be dominant.
With Mike when I was here. But there's a few more things that we'll add that I'm excited to on film.
And you are going to be calling plays?
I will.
Okay. And what about running back by committee? Are we going to see that again next year?
That all depends. We got to be flexible enough based on our roster. But again, he's a free agent. But just so proud of Rico and what he did. But
yeah, they just need to get Rico the ball.
This system will be built based on.
I think we probably need to draft a running back too, though. Pair with Rico.
Looking forward to it, Coach. Congratulations, guys.
Okay, so my point on this. We definitely gonna need a strong running game, because it seems like, boy, this guy is injury prone now. We got a $60 million quarterback that is injury prone. He has missed a total. They ain't got it right here updated, but because of this injury right here, he missed 8 games. So that's 13, 14. That's 25 games he missed in his going on 10-year career. I mean, he might get another injury. You never know, which is crazy. I wonder if we're gonna be looking to get a different veteran backup quarterback, or are we gonna be rolling with the same quarterbacks we got? That wouldn't make no sense to roll with Trey Lance because you could have rolled with Trey Lance um when Dak Prescott got hurt instead of playing with Cooper Rush. Really could have evaluated Trey Lance during that time and made a decision with him this year. They still haven't made a decision on him yet. So far it's looking like we going into next season with Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, and Trey Lance again. The reason why I wanted to play that video with Brian Schottenheimer because he said about running the ball first and having play action. This article was about almost 2 years ago now, going into that going into the 23 season when Kellen Moore was gone. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. Just touch on some points about where I think he need to be in play action. We need to have a dominant run game. Predicting what the Cowboys offense will probably look like in 2023 has become a national pastime this offseason with the departure of Kellen Moore. Basically, it's talking about, what they were going to do with Kellen Moore gone, bringing in Mike McCarthy. I'm going having Mike McCarthy be the play caller, now he's head coach and shit. None of that shit worked out. They didn't run the ball, so he didn't have no play action. You know what I'm saying? This article basically was just talking about how good he was. Dak Prescott was especially efficient with play action in 2022, logging a higher passer rating, big time throw percentage, average distance of target, touchdown to interception ratio, and overall time to throw compared to his standard non-play action numbers per PFF tracking. So Dak Prescott play action rate in 2022 was the second highest of his career, 27.2 PFF. When using it, he improved his passer rating, big time throw percentage, and ADOT while reducing his rate of turnover worthy pass. So yeah, even in his rookie season, yeah, he had a higher passer rating under play action. So it's evident we need a dominant run game so that Prescott can succeed. You know what I'm saying? We're going to need a dominant run game to set him up with play action. Ah, man, with this dude with all these injuries, I just don't know how healthy he's going to be. I still think his decision making it's just going to depend on how strong of a run game we got. And to me, that's going to need a running back. I mean, he's going to need a running back that's going to get you 138, 150 a game for him to succeed. That's all it's going to take. He's going to need a running back with that much juice because him just dropping back in the pocket, that's not going to get it. But those are just my thoughts, my views on what I think Schottenheimer's going to do with Dak Prescott needing the run game. I don't know. We're going to see. A lot of people been dogging the hire. They're not happy with it. But it was Dak Prescott that endorsed him. So, I mean, if Dak Prescott endorsed him, man, you can't be mad. That's what he want to be familiar with. So, yo, this JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. So like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys.
I'm glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak,
Yeah, check.